Do you want to know the best way to train a striker in FIFA 18? I will show you in this video, but firstly, a message from today's sponsor. Do you love world football? Want up-to-date scores, news, and statistics? Then you should download the OneFootball app. It's the one-stop shop for all the latest information on the world game. Live scores, live transfers, all the news to keep you up to date with your favourite teams and your favourite leagues. Everything you need to know in one handy app. Download it now, give it a go. I highly recommend it. It keeps me up to date with any team that I wish to follow from around the world, and even World Cup news for the upcoming World Cup there in Russia. Download it now, give it a go. Let me know your thoughts on it. The link is in the description. Now, on with the show. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty of training a striker in FIFA 18. There are key statistics that you need to be looking at for when you go and train, and we're going to go pretty adventurous in this one to probably overtrain a player, but just so you can see how these stats, are utilized by FIFA. So the best thing we can do first and foremost is jump into the creator player here just to have a look at some statistics. We're going to use Lukaku for this one. So if we jump into his normal statistics that you will have in every career mode, you can see here I haven't adjusted any of these whatsoever along the way. He's got all his normal stats. They're all sitting there, and he's valued at, I think he's an 86 at the start of career mode. So let's just get out of that one. Right, so you can see here, he is an 86 at the moment. Now, I'm going to back out of this one. I'm going to bring up a custom creator player of Lukaku that I've messed with, just so you can see the stats that I'm talking about. Alright, so this is a roster that I have edited, just so I can show you these statistics. So you can see right now, Lukaku is a 99 overall. Now that comes down to some key attributes that need to be dealt with, which we will cover when we get into the training part of this video. But first and foremost, I need to explain how these attributes work. So if we jump into Lukaku now, and we go across to his attack. Now, what I've done here is any key attribute that is involved in increasing a player's overall is at 99. Anything that has nothing to do with their overall increase as a player has been reduced to 1. So crossing has nothing to do with a striker. Finishing is at 99. Now this is worth 18 points of his overall. So at 99 it's worth 18 points. That means that it's an increase of 5.5% for every overall point. So if he was on 60 finishing and then he hit 65 finishing or 66 finishing, he should technically go up in a point in overall. Now there's a little bit of a grey area on this one because all these stats are weighted. I need to sit down and work out the calculations. I have been in deep conversation with Bamba Striker 9, who does a lot of these kind of tutorials, mainly for youth players, but do go and check out his channel if you're looking for more tutorials on training and player growth and the likes. But anyway, let's get on with this striker. Heading accuracy is worth 10 overall points. So for every 10 points, he should go up in 1 overall. Short passing is worth 20% per point. So for every 5 points, he should go up an overall in play. Well, every 20 points, he should go up 1. Yeah, that's right. Volleys is another one. Now, this isn't really a key statistic for a striker, but at 99, it's worth 2 points of overall. If he was at 0, then he would probably be a 97 compared to a 99. Defending, nothing to do with the striker. We don't need to worry about that. We move into skills. Now, dribbling is 99. Curve, free kick accuracy, and long passing have nothing to do with the striker. And ball control is a key one as well. It's worth 10 stat points if he is at 99. So if he was at 0, he would be an 89. At 99, he gets the full amount. So you can sort of see what's going on here. Power-wise, shot power, definitely up at 99. Jumping and stamina have nothing to do with his overall strength. That is a key one that we need to talk about shortly. And long shots as well can influence the overall of a striker. Only a value point of 3. So for 99, so if you break that down, it's 33%. So for every 33 points in his overall, he will go up in 1 overall rating. I hope you're following along. If not, feel free to leave me a comment down below or hit me on Twitter at SparringDK. In movement-wise, we've got acceleration and sprint speed that do affect the striker's overall. His agility has nothing to do with it. Reactions is a massive one at 99, of course, and balance has nothing to do with a striker. And the other one, of course, in mentality is attack position. Everything else, penalties, vision, anything like that, obviously his goalkeeping stats have nothing to do with it. So just to give you a little bit of an indication here, Reactions is really a big one because it's something that you cannot train as well. So for a youth player, it might be a little bit hard, but if you are looking through a real career mode and you're looking for a big striker that you want to train up, you need to try and find someone that has decent reactions. Someone like a Lukaku already has, I think, about 87 reactions. A Griezmann, I think Lacazette, you know, these young guys that are between 20 and 25 that already have a high reaction stat. You'll have a real opportunity to train these lads up and get them up to a really high value rating. So you really need to look at the stats that you cannot train. So we've got reactions you can't train, sprint speed and acceleration you can't be training. So if you're out there looking for a striker, maybe a name out there that's not that well known, but he has high acceleration, high sprint speed and high reactions, well, most of the other things you can be training, so you could eventually get him up to a very high rated player. The other one, of course, is strength that you can't train. So they're the 4 key statistics that you need to look when you're scouting for players. The rest of the abilities, well, you can train those and you can get them lifting up. So let's, for instance, the highest stat rate, of course, is the finishing. So this would be the #1 statistic that you would want to get training on any striker. But if we just take this one out of the equation, it should be worth about 18 points. And if we save that up and apply and exit and back out, he should have dropped away from a 99 and he's down to an 83. So yeah, 17, 18 points there out of the total 100 to get him a star player. So you can see there how much the finishing does affect it. We'll go back in. And put his finishing back up. Now you can also, we'll have a quick look here. Volleys is the least effective one, worth only 2 points of overall. But there is a weighting there. So sometimes when all of these other ones are at 99, you don't need 100% in the final stat just to get them going. But we'll back out of this and just take a quick look and see what he's dropped down to. I'm assuming a 97, 98. No, he's still at a 99. So if you got all those other ones up, volleys doesn't make a difference, but volleys can help you out as a statistic if, for instance, say his reactions aren't at 99, which generally they probably won't be. So if we go back in, let's get those volleys back up to 99 because they definitely come into play. We'll accept that. We'll go down to his movement and we'll get rid of all of his reactions. You can see this is a fairly heavy stat here at +8. So we'll save that up, apply and exit. Now this should have dropped him down at least 4 or 5 points. It's dropped him down 7. So you can see the volleys have helped that one go back up there. And his reactions, you know, with 0 reactions, you could still get a 93, providing his acceleration and sprint speed and all that was all up and about. So let's just do one more little test here. All the ones that you can't train. So acceleration, sprint speed, accept that. We'll go in and take all of your strength out. So all of the trainables are at 99. All of the untrainables are at 1, which isn't as realistic as you would assume. But what does that drop him down to? Let's have a look here. Down to a 79 with even if he was the worst player under the sun with complete training and complete overkill, you could technically get a player up to 79 rated from 0. So, I mean, you can sort of see what's going on here. Now, what I want to do now is actually put in his statistics for those untrainables and see what rating we can possibly get Lukaku to. Right, so at the start of career mode, Lukaku's acceleration is 76. Now, as he's, I think, 24, these will have an opportunity to grow during the career mode, so you might get lucky. His sprint speed is very good at 89, so that is a very good stat, already up and about. What about reactions? His reactions are 85. So that's fairly high. You should be able to work with that. That should increase possibly a little bit during the career mode. And his other one is strength. He's a very strong man at 93. So if we take into consideration, if he doesn't grow other than training, and those key stats stay as they are at the start of career mode, you've absolutely trained all of the key attributes in a striker. Let's have a look what his overall could get to. Right, so there he is at 98 overall, and that is with training all of the key attributes, not being able to touch the ones that you can't. So you have to hope that those ones maybe increase a little bit on their own. Let's have a quick look and see, you know, if we add 2 or 3 points onto some of those statistics. You can't see strength going up too much, but we'll go up to 95 strength, and we'll just add 2 points onto all of them and see what happens there if they increase a little bit. Acceleration, sprint speed and reactions all up +2 along with the strength. And boom, 99 Lukaku. So all you have to do is hope that during the career mode that he can increase by about 2 points in all of those statistics that you can't train. Then you can heavily train the absolute bejesus out of him, and you could have yourself a 99 Lukaku. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reset the squads so that there's none of this editing going on. I'm going to start up career mode. I'm going to train him in 5 slots every single week, and I'm going to get him to the final week of the season, and then I'll show you what the outcome is if we train Lukaku in 5 slots for a complete season.
A few moments later.
Alright, so it is the final week of June. I have been training Lukaku week in, week out, without fail on these top 5 slots. These are the ones that you can use to train every single one of these key attributes for a striker. So what we've got here is volley performance. Now that will take care of his finishing and his shot power. Now there's a silver one here in high pressure finishing that takes care of attack position, volleys, and heading accuracy. Now the reason we went with the high pressure finishing in silver is because it does allow us to use the volley performance and do the finishing. We could have gone in and used a different option if we go into the edit session, pick Lukaku and look at the shooting one. Now the issue is you can't use some of the heavier ones like the attacking scenarios, which do cover 3, because they cover too many positions. The finishing, the shot power, and the attack position is there, which could be handy if you were looking at, you know, only training him in 1 or 2 slots. But if we back out and just do the volley performance, that does the finishing and shot power. We use the attack position in the high pressure finishing. Then we move on to dribble possession for the dribbling and the ball control. Stamina and agility are just a bonus there in training. Through the gates for his short passing, and the vision, obviously a little bit of a help there. And then advanced free kicks is what we use to get the long shots. Helps out his free kick and his curve, so you'll get some better strikes in anyway. So you can see there he's up to a 91. Let's go and look how much he has progressed through an entire season. I've been training these 5 slots every single week for an entire season. Right, so if we come into the squad hub now, we can see that he's gone up +5 in a single season. And the bonus here is that his acceleration, even with all that training, has still gone up +4. His reactions have gone up to 87. So that's a real bonus that those statistics are increasing. Sprint speed still at 89. And unfortunately, we can't see the strength here on this one. But we can back out and check that shortly. But if we go across, obviously the ball control, finishing's gone up 5, free kick accuracy, which doesn't really matter. His short pass going up 10 has very much helped in. Volleys up 11, long shots up 8, shot power is up 96. So that's one season. I know it's probably a little bit unrealistic to be training one player in 5 slots, but you could pick 2 of the key attributes that he might need to grow, and maybe that's how you use it within a career mode if you're not wanting to train just one player, of course. This is almost pushing it to the limit. But there is no reason now, with seeing that ball control, what am I talking about? The acceleration and the reactions have increased. There is a possibility now that we could get Lukaku to a 99. The training gets a lot harder the higher rating they do get up, that the percentage goes up a smaller and smaller amount each time, but you do have the opportunity. The possibility is there. I did this in FIFA 16 with Pogba and I got him to a 99. So yeah, if you use these key strategies, you should be able to train your strikers into a very, very good point, a very good position, and really create a beast up front. I mean, Lukaku at 91, I think his potential on FIFA is only like 89, so we've already got him 2 points over what he is predicted to go to. So hopefully that tutorial has helped you out there. If you would like this on another particular position, do let me know in the comments. I'm going to follow this on up. Lots of thumbs up and shares, and really get this video motoring along. And if we get enough love on this video, I will go ahead and make some more on other positions. I need to say thanks again to OneFootball for sponsoring this video, and make sure you go and check out Bama Striker 9's channel. He's got some incredible tutorials with some really in-depth analysis on especially Youth Academy and the likes of training your players and stuff that you could probably use through all of your career modes. But that's all we've got time for today here on this striker training video. Hopefully that's helped you out a little bit, and for sure leave me some comments and some love, and we will see you in the next video. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.